Well, greetings from South Texas. Welcome to Artesia North. The reason that we use a synonym, mainly because I'm just not interested in being the face of the whole thing. I look at this mug. So actually what we do is I have my son involved in it. And he does all the work. He's just taken the books that I've written over the last 20 years and been a big help putting them online so people can enjoy them. And if you have any comments on them, it's okay. Drop us a line on our website and let us know what you think. So anyway, if you have a comment or if you want to know something about the stories, or if you're a writer, if you're starting off in it, if you just need some help with something like that, leave a message. I'll get back to you on the website, artesianorth.com. I hope you enjoy them. They all have a story of their own. You're supposed to write about what you know about. And that's the one thing I really took to heart. All the stories are based on instances in my life. And then imagination takes over on that. So I hope you enjoy what we've done. On behalf of my son and I, we just appreciate you taking the time and showing an interest in us. Thank you. I'd like to share with you some backstory on one of the books called Sinstacker Chronicles. And this was many years ago. My son and I, these people came from New Jersey and they wanted to go shooting. They'd never shot a gun before. And because I have a background with weapons and I know how to run a range, a friend of mine said, hey, would you help them out and go to, so we went to this place in Southern California, Lytle Creek, where everybody has been shooting there for as long as I can remember. And it's just an informal place and you just go shoot. Nobody gets hurt. People pay attention. They clean up their mess that they leave. All of their rounds are picked up. There's nothing. People go out of their way to do a good job. So here we are. We're at this. I set up this range and we're shooting against a berm, and I brought out a shotgun, a 38, a 22 pistol. Also brought out a World War II Kalashnikov sniper rifle. It's just a really pretty cool gun, and folks had never fired guns, so this was a great opportunity for them to do that. So we're all out there shooting, and we're all done, and really a great thing because, like I said, they didn't fire a gun before. We ran the range. We made sure that there was gun safety, that we weren't shooting over a distance, that we had a berm behind us, and it's a lot of fun. And we're picking up all of our brass and getting ready to get out of there. And we put all of our weapons back in the back of the truck and covering them up with a blanket, and we're cleaning up, and everybody's joking around and having a good time. And then a helicopter above the top of us and says, drop your weapons. Well, then it was about that time that a Barney Fife park ranger decided to pull his car up like Starsky and Hutch, and that's a reference that shows my age, but jumps out of the vehicle, has a locked and loaded M16, AR-15, rests it on the door, window down, and tells me to drop my weapon because otherwise he's going to shoot me. Well, that pissed me off, and I told him go ahead, and he didn't expect that. So he was making a big deal out of it not being a target shooting area and all of that, and then he called the sheriff's department and they came out there, and I got all these kids that are 14, 15 years old who had never fired a weapon before, have them all with handcuffs on. So I've got all these little kids who'd never fired a weapon before, and they're sitting on their hands because they've got, including my son, and they got handcuffs on, or I don't know, they used the plastic things or whatever, and made us all sit there. And while this little banty rooster walked around and told us we were in violation of every law under the sun, and I was ticked. And so the sheriff who came out there, the deputies, they say, man, I'm sorry, this guy called us, we gotta do this. And what I realized is that the previous week there had been a shooting in Connecticut of the school, and And our government elected officials at that time had it hot and heavy for any weapons. And one of them, the Big Cheese, probably called them and said, hey, no matter who's shooting, you gotta. So the Big Cheese, someplace in Washington, said, hey, we gotta really put the hammer down on these people. And, you know, that's happened. And this dude, man, he's walking around. He just thought that he had really the big time, you know. And story short, we went to court, and there were like 300 out there who got arrested or tagged. So long story short, us, 7 other people I had with me, and 300 other people in that whole area there got arrested that day and ticketed. And we ended up appearing in federal court, which is a real trip, let me tell you. And they us a chance to drop the charges to a misdemeanor and, you know, good stuff. And I told them no. I said, you know, protects me. I believe that. So, you know, well, all those people went and took that offer, and we refused. And we were the only ones left there doing that. And the day before, they written a letter to the court. And in that letter, I explained what was going on, that there was no signs telling us we couldn't shoot or anything like that. And federal attorney, he was a piece of work too. So anyway, they dropped charges. And so that's what started the whole thing. I thought of that Fife Jellystone Ranger. Power hungry dude. He just handled it all bad. So I go ahead and put people in stories. So he starts off in that one. So you find him in the beginning of the thing, and things build a story around it, and you know, better. And it's just a fun story. It was fun to write, and I had a good time doing it. And then I think you're going to find it really interesting. It's different kind of story. And like everything I write, that you really won't find it someplace else. So anyway, I hope you enjoy that story. It's really a different one.